Hi Libra babies, what is up? What's going on? Today we are doing a general, collective, timeless love energy check-in for you. This one is pretty specific. I can already kind of feel that from the energy. So, with that being said, it will not resonate for everybody. So please only take what does, leave behind what does not. Use your discernment, of course. And if you find that it doesn't resonate at all, that's okay. Don't ever force anything to fit. Just check one of your other placements: Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury, or Venus. Okay? So what we're going to do first, my lovely Libra, is check in with your energy and look into these first 4 cards and see if this is your reading. From there, we will progress and dive deeper into the tarot, and then we will close the reading off with an oracle message of advice for you. And hold on, just trying to get things in order here. Okay, so Taurus, why did I say Taurus? You may be dealing with a Taurus or have Taurus in your chart, but anyways, I'm sorry, Libra. Your oracle message is cassette, and the messages here are outdated thinking, conditioning, and replaying events over in your head. The cassette also makes me think of music, obviously. So there may be songs that you are listening to that remind you of this connection, or songs that you two listen to together that are, again, reminding you of the connection. But when it comes to the outdated thinking and replaying events over in your head, that makes me think that you're thinking about things in the past. It's kind of like when you're reminiscing on the past, the what ifs, the should haves, the could haves, the would haves. And you may have conditioned yourself in a way that is not necessarily benefiting you now. And I don't say that in disrespect or to poke or jab, but that's just what I feel for some reason or another. In the tarot, we have death in reverse. So that makes me feel as though this is a connection that you have been separated from. However, you've been having a difficult time letting go of it or moving on from it. With the Queen of Cups here in reverse, you still do have love for this person or bond, whether or not you want to admit that or not, but you're unable to show that to this person, display it, or really allow yourself to feel it. So that in turn kind of causes you to feel emotionally uneasy or unstable. Now, the reason why I feel like this is a connection that you have separated from is because not only do we have death, but we have the 8 of Cups. So at the very least, this is a connection that you felt like you had to walk away from, emotionally detach from, or distance yourself from in order to preserve your sense of peace here. Things may have gotten to a point where they were really aggravated. And I say that because we have this bowl of fire here. Fire usually represents maybe sometimes explosive arguments. That may not be the case, but for maybe a couple of you, it is. So, Libra, if this sounds like you, let's go ahead and dive deeper into the tarot if you want to stick around, my love. All right? So, why do we have death here in reverse for my lovely Libra babies? Why is death here in reverse, please, Spirit? Thank you. The Queen of Swords. Wow, queen to a queen. Regardless of whether you are feminine or masculine, the queens are at the point where they have gained sure footing and sure understanding. The Queen of Swords is very much a no BS, I was going to swear, pardon me, no BS type of energy, but they are very logical in the way that they think. And they may come across as emotionally detached because of that. They may communicate in a way that is very short-worded or blunt or straightforward, or may seemingly lack empathy or understanding, but in all reality, they are just trying to be responsible. Give me a second here. Why is this Queen of Swords here for the Death in reverse? Yeah. So Libra, the Libra that I'm talking to, it's been really hard for you to let go of this connection or bond because something within you truly sees this other person as your other half, as your true bond, your true love connection. This is your soulmate. I don't like twin flame terminology, but maybe you view them as such. But there's something within you that makes you feel like they were the one. All right. Why is this Queen of Cups here in reverse? I mean, I get it. I totally understand. But, the feeling, the heaviness. Oh, no. Okay, so the Tower. When this relationship came to an end, or when you had to walk away, it was sudden. And it felt like the rug was being pulled from beneath your feet. It felt like things were chaotically changing at a really quick pace. Like you almost couldn't even catch up with what was going on. And it also affected other energies around you, be it friends, family, maybe even your career was impacted by this. Okay. And that is also an underlying reason for your potential emotional instability, or like not feeling grounded, feeling like you're a little bit of a mess emotionally. And again, that's not meant to be offensive. It's an emotional human truth, Libra, and we all go through it at some point or another. And this seems like a very justified reason to be feeling that way, in all honesty. With the 8 of Cups here and the Fool in reverse, oof. You may have felt like you needed to walk away from this connection because you didn't want to make any more mistakes. You didn't want to end up risking anything further. You didn't want to end up feeling any more emotional pain or any more conflict, chaos, whatever was tumultuous here. You didn't want that to be, I'm hearing something may have been toxic. You didn't want that to be a repetitive pattern. I don't blame you. But if you are realizing that, and the Libra that I'm talking to definitely does, then what about this connection has you feeling like they are the one, or like you can't let go? That's what I want to know. Okay, let's keep going. Spirit, why? Sorry, Libra, we're going to get a little nosy. Why? What is it about this connection that has Libra stuck, potentially, or having a difficult time moving forward? You don't want to tell me. Again, I don't blame you. It's not an easy thing to talk about. Okay. The Moon, you don't want to tell me. The Devil. Knight of Wands, 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Oh my goodness. Okay. This is a very strong message. So, remember how we were talking about the could have, should have, would haves? The Moon here is like wondering about the unknown. You're having a hard time leaving this behind or walking away from it because you still kind of maybe replay events in your head or have these ideas of how things could have played out. And with the Devil here, there may be times where you find yourself obsessing about that. Or, again, it's that toxic notion. Oof. With the Knight of Wands to the 7 of Pentacles in reverse, there was something about this connection that really inspired you and brought you to life, made you feel a new passion for things, really brought you into your sense of yourself. And you also may have been really attracted to this person. Maybe you had a really good sexual connection, high levels of intimacy, really easy to flirt with this person. But regardless of that attraction, which the devil can also represent, there was a lack of an ability to grow this further, to plant those seeds of fruition for the future and to see those grow. Maybe you did try, but eventually you felt like the juice wasn't worth the squeeze and like nothing was coming out of it. So you were left with no choice but to walk away. Oh my gosh, Libra. But it's this like obsessive feeling of like, what if? Ugh. Know that it's not your fault. I need you to hear. Okay? Maybe, you are acknowledging ways in which you could have taken accountability or should have apologized or should have done this or acted this way or said this thing. Okay, that's good. That's great. But it takes two to tango, and there are two pieces to this puzzle. As much as you wish you could have showed up in a different way, it ultimately would be up to the other person as well to meet you halfway and do the same, or at the very least, try. Meet me halfway, right at the borderline is where I'm gonna wait for you. Oh, Black Eyed Peas. That song may have some relevance to you. Maybe you tried as much as you could until you were pushed to the point of needing to draw a line in the sand or a boundary. Okay. Wowza, Libra. Lots of intuitive side channeling there for you. My bad. So let's pull your oracle message of advice based on that reading, my love, and see what you need to hear. I'm curious to see if it lines up with what we have spoken about. Okay, Spirit, for my beautiful Libra, what is their closing oracle message of advice regarding this relationship and this reading, please? Their current energy. Thank you. We have joy and stability. Oof. I know that card represents the Four of Wands, so you may have been married to this person, or at the very least living with this person, or in a committed relationship with this person. But with that being said, this is more so about you, or at least I want it to be. So let's see what the card says. So I stopped talking up my butt. Number 4, or 143, may have relevance to you, darling. It says the keywords here are happiness, celebration, sharing, and renewal. Like a beautiful summer day, this card brings joyful energy. Take a break or step back just for now from any concerns you may have around matters of the heart, and spend some time in happy pursuits. Find reasons to celebrate with others. Welcome this warm, sunny energy into your life. Allow it to lift your spirits. Remember, the law of attraction and a high rate of vibration will attract all that you desire. Rejuvenate your relationships by renewing yourself. This card also speaks of a time of sharing and conversation. Lovingly open your heart and mind to people. Share your thoughts, and above all, be a good listener. Feel the ebb and flow of energy as you communicate with others. You'll find that this brings increased stability and warmth to your relationships, helping you attract like-minded people into your life. Libra, I had a really difficult time reading that first bit. I don't know if you may have noticed, but I was kind of like biting my tongue. I had to take a breath and kind of take a gulp there. It's like you want this happiness or this renewal, this feeling of that, but you're having a hard time believing that's even possible. And maybe because of what you've gone through in the past here and what you've had a difficult time letting go of is affecting that. And I wouldn't blame you for that. But this message of advice is about learning how to open back up and recognize that joy and stability are totally possible for you. Maybe just in different ways than you had formerly imagined, pictured, or scripted in your mind. And now it's up to you to have the ability to share through conversation and through opening your heart with others and maybe forming new connections when you feel ready for that, of course, to allow that love into your life. And who knows, it could be something that's even better, bigger, and greater than you've known before. I really hope so. I love you so much, and good luck. Mwah.